Choose your fighter. Look. Clock strikes 5 p.m. Step into the arena, untouchable empire. Yeah, we bring in the demeanor. Fatty in the center, orchestrating the fate. Welcome to Outworld, welcome to the debate. Saturday SmackDown. Step in the ring, watch the fire we pull. Watch the venom we bring. Saturday SmackDown. Heavy the crowd. When the baseline hits, we tearing it down. Untouchables run it, you know the design. 5 p.m. sharp, yeah, we crossing the line. Fire. Fatty on the throne, letting the dogs loose. Put them in a chokehold, tightening the noose. SH steps in, the Malina of the set. Tucker 10 teeth, better biggest threat. You met twin stays to your throat. Vicious and wild, spitting lethal bars. The untouchable child. Point blank range, never missing a shot. Turning up the temperature, the arena is hot. Blood on the mic, she going for the kill. SH carving up the track with the orchestral drill. Saturday SmackDown. Step in the ring, watch the fire we pull. Watch the venom we bring. Saturday SmackDown. Heavy the crowd. When the baseline hits, we tearing it down. Untouchables run it, you know the design. 5 p.m. sharp, yeah, we crossing the line. But look at the view, the challenger is through. Melanin legacy stepping up too. Princess Katana, the Edeni in the air. Still fans slicing through the heavy cold air. Calculated strikes, graceful but deadly. Blowing away the competition in the medley. Deep rooted power, bringing the weight. Two lethal forces deciding the fate. SH versus Melanin legacy, clash of the titans. Every single word is a spark that ignites them.
Oh, peace treaties, we burn in the bridge. Fatty holds the scale, standing right on the ridge.
Finish her. The crowd screaming for the end. In the untouchable empire, there is no play and pretend.
Saturday SmackDown. Saturday SmackDown.
Step in the ring, watch the fire we pull. Watch the venom we bring.
Saturday SmackDown. Heavy the crowd.
When the baseline hits, we tearing it down. Untouchables run it, you know the design. 5 p.m. sharp, yeah, we crossing the line. Flawless victory. 5 p.m.
Saturday SmackDown.
Fatty holds the mic. Untouchables. Fatality.
Damn, it's cold out here. You ready? Welcome to Saturday SmackDown, hosted by Fatty.
The content presented on the following show is intended for satirical and educational purposes only. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by panelists and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the host, production team, or channel. Additionally, any third-party content featured in this program is used in compliance with fair use under United States copyright law, which allows for commentary, criticism, news report, teaching, and research. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent thought and discussion.
Friends, oh friends, oh friends. I don't think y'all ready. I don't think y'all ready, but I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. Congratulations on Mr. Ilkan Ali for reaching 12,000 subscribers. Let's go. I know where you came here. I know why you came here. And I'll make sure to host a great show. We have some great content creators in the back. So the Saturday SmackDown show starts now.
In a world where words hit harder than fists, where minds clash like titans, the arena awaits. From every corner of the globe, the bold and the fearless step forward, ready to battle with nothing but their voices, their wit, and their will to win. Here, it's raw, it's ruthless. No gloves,
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Untouchable Arena, this is Saturday SmackDown.
So make sure you tell the full details about the thirstiness and hungriness of these criminal that black women seem to be infatuated with and can't leave alone.
But yet, you want to present to the community that you have a straight man, that you're a straight man that care about women. So what I'm saying is, it's not adding up, my brother. Brother.
You both. But I'm a pander. You do pander. You know you pander.
So am I telling men to do this and this now or pander?
You play both sides, Thanos, for your benefit. You're an opportunist. You play both sides.
And I'm not gonna sit here and allow a foreigner like you to tell me otherwise. Take your tree branch swinging back to Africa. You're not supposed to be here because your brain is not compatible with this program here, this country. It's not.
So all I'm saying is, if you want to do this right, come how you are. Because from my understanding, you throw out threats, you throw out a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know what empowering thing you're on, because you don't empower nobody.
I didn't empower you.
I'm higher than the show, and I don't have to follow
that's not how you debate. Right? The fact of the matter is you didn't substantiate them being the foundation for the black community. Now we're talking about getting to the bag, and you're double talking. So the question either, man, is yes or no, are black people getting to the bag?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! It's time to do.
We are here, friends. We are here. I hope you guys are doing good once again, friends. First of all, I want to thank the two lovely ladies that accepted this challenge. Melanin's second debate, SH putting her foot in the arena. So once again, Melanin, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. And of course, SH in the building. Thank you very much for being here. Very important, friends. This show is going to be seen by thousands of people. SH and Melanin link is pinned in the title. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. So please subscribe to them. It's very important. Say this from the get-go. Their links are pinned at the title, and they are on the description already too. So if you miss the title because you're blind, you need to go to the description and subscribe to them, okay? Second one. In the first 2 hours of the show, I would love for Melanin and SH to get some dinner and lunch money, okay? Dinner today and lunch early in the morning because they are here. Jokabed, how you doing? Love you. So please make sure to support their cash apps. Our goals are going to be met by the end of the show. If you don't meet it, it is what it is. But please go ahead and make sure you support their cash app on the first 2 hours of the show. I'll make sure they give a shout out to the people that send them. The cash apps are pinned in the bottom of our chat too. So please make sure you eat them with some, okay? Other than that, I want to say thank you to my new baby mama, Maisha. She's supporting like crazy. I have no idea why, but thank you very much, Maisha, for being the sponsor of the last few shows. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now that we got it out of the way, I'm going to explain the rules of this lovely debate. Okay, we are going to have a 2-hour debate plus. We're going to have a 2-hour debate plus open panel, 1 hour for challengers, not fans, not haters, challengers. Okay, people that heard exactly that they don't like something and they coming up to challenge our debaters. Okay, what we're going to do every 30 minutes, we're going to stop. Okay, to read the super chats, $10 and up. If there's few super chats, we're going to read them all. Okay, but $10 and up to start. And then if we see that is few super chats, we kind of read them all every 30 minutes. Okay, 1 hour and a half of open debate between them, and then the last 30 minutes, I'm going to ask him some questions, and the questions of the crowd, $10 and up. One question, friend, not 7, not 13. One question, one question, one question. Use the goal. I'm going to ask our debaters a question. Sending a $10 cash app. Okay. Use the goal. The goal is up. And make sure that you concise with your question. So we are going to ask them on the last 30 minutes some personal questions, not questions that pertain to what they said on the public. Okay. Other than that, no shadow realm, no winners and losers, no nothing. We're going to keep it above the belt, and we're going to have fun. Ladies, any question, comment, or concern before we start this debate?
No, fire intro though, Fatty. Good job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Best in the game. Maybe sometimes. What about you, SH? Any question?
Nope, not at all. Let's go.
Oh shit. And by the way, fellas, stop being pussy and look at the ladies not afraid to get into the ring. If y'all have smoke with somebody, don't hide yourself in the panels. Make sure you tell me what's up so I can host the debate so we can see exactly what you got, okay? So I'm going to close the cage and let the, not the blood, let the party begin. Let's go.
Please lock the cage doors at this time.
Get the fuck up! Simon says, get the fuck up!
Go! You're going nowhere! I got you for 3 minutes! 3 minutes of playtime! Ah!
Cage is closed.
It's time to do.
First topic, this is not a debate topic, just icebreaker for the ladies to get loose, okay? Society demonizes men quicker than women. Okay, society demonizes men quicker than women. I got mixed message from SH, so I want Melanin to state her point. Society demonizes men quicker than women. I believe that you are on the affirmative. My question is why?
Why does society demonize men quicker than women?
Yes.
I would have to say I feel because feminism has taken over our society. So there's no respect for men in the general society of the world. So I feel like the woman's voice is louder than a man. So therefore, what the women say is what kind of makes the world go round nowadays. And for example, the best thing that I can use for an example is the gentleman that unalived some children lately. I think he did, it was about 7 children or something like that. It was like national news. It was everywhere. But for the longest time, women have been harming children and being terrible mothers. And they're not put on the forefront like they would a man that does it. It's one man compared to women been doing this for decades, I would say. And he was national news, but the other mothers are never broadcast.
I said you gave me mixed opinions about this. Why it's not a part of the debate? Why do you give me a mix and you don't agree with Melanie that man have the short end of the stick on the?
Yeah, so I don't think it has anything to do with feminism, but I think that scrutiny and getting demonized is a part of the trade-off when you want to be leader of society. If you want a position of power, get ready to be scrutinized. Same way we're on the internet, get ready to be talked about. So that's how I look at it.
But regardless of men or women being talked about. It's like the same thing, I would say, political. Trump, everybody's been going upside Trump's head, but Kamala Harris, nobody was outraged at the fact that she had twerkers at the inauguration, the fact that she had the fact that Michelle Obama came out and said, regardless on if you're married or not, regardless of what your husband says, vote Kamala, like literally trying to break up households just so Kamala would win. But on a massive scale, Trump was catching it from every other way, but everybody was team Kamala. At least the majority of people, it seemed like, was team Kamala over Trump during the debate. But Trump, to me, was the clear better choice.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that nobody criticized Kamala if it was criticized that she had Megan Thee Stallion twerking. If she was on a public platform getting criticized about it, then I would never say that nobody criticized her. It's just public perception. What's the story? Whether or not you're a man or a woman, if you are in a position of power, you are open to criticism, period.
Being open to criticism and actually being criticized is two different things, right? You're talking hypothetically. I'm talking about factual. Men are criticized and held to a standard that women are not. Another example I would have to say is men are demonized for dating younger, but women are never held accountable for doing the same thing.
You think that men are the leaders?
Yes.
Okay, then they are open to criticism faster. That's my point.
Okay, so from that angle, why don't women allow for the leaders to criticize or correct them? As far as Black women, a Black man can't tell a Black woman anything to correct her, whether it be cleavage, the way she's wearing, where she should go, what she should do. So why don't women allow for the leaders to correct them?
I ask you, do you believe the men are the leaders? I don't think they are. That's why I say that. I don't think so, because I don't think they're automatically leaders.
So you think women are automatic leaders?
I think anybody who has a leadership skill is an automatic leader, yes.
So you're in the middle. It's not man or woman. It's just whoever can do the job.
Exactly.
So what would be some of the jobs that a man or a woman could do that pushes forward society?
It's in society. There are female doctors, female, it's everywhere. There's females running for president. There's male presidents. There's so many different leadership roles that women take. I could go on a list.
Yeah, but we haven't had a female president.
Not yet.
Right? Okay. So, and we also, that's why I said pushing forward society. So men build everything. Women don't.
Like, women build nothing.
No, they might be like,
you use the GPS?
Yes.
A woman built that.
That's not something that society needs. If GPS goes away, we're still going to figure out how to get around, because the roads that we use are paved by men. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I love being able to use GPS, but that's not something that necessarily society is going to fumble without it. Not being able to build roads or take out trash, keep our streets clean, or oil rigs and things of that nature. Those are all dominated by men, not women.
Okay, the question was, do women participate and build things? The GPS is actually very necessary because it made travel easier. That's one. There are so many other inventions that women did that I'm not going to list, but the question is about whether women contribute to society. Let me give you an example. The war effort, when men went to war, what were women doing? In factories, doing these same jobs that you are saying that women can't do. So what do you say to that?
What were they doing in factories? What jobs? And well, before you even answer that, I would like to point out that you're talking about something that they had to do because they didn't have any other choice, because men were at war, which was the bigger problem. Because if men didn't go to war and we were dominated, we would have been like little sex toys to our captors. So does that really even count? Because you're in there because your man is at war doing a bigger job.
We would have been sex toys to our captors?
Yeah, women can take on men.
Chill. We would have been sex toys to okay. No, we wouldn't have. But the war effort is a great example. Now, I want you to re-ask me your question before you went off on a tangent, because I had an answer to it. What was the question you asked in the middle?
I think I asked you, what were women doing in the warehouses? That question?
Yeah, you said what were women doing, and then you said you asked another question after that.
I must don't remember because you said I went on a tangent. So I heard you say something and I kept speaking. So I'll just keep it at what were the women doing in the warehouses while men were at war?
Okay, so what I don't want to do is downplay the effort and the things that women are doing, because it counts and it's important. Here's another war effort that women contribute to society. Not war effort. Here's another societal effort that women contribute. Teaching is another leadership role that is important for women. What else? Like there's so many things women do to contribute, and to sit there and say that what we do doesn't matter just because a man might be stronger or can lift more bricks is disingenuous to women.
But when did I say what women do don't matter? I didn't say that.
Said it. You said a GPS is important. You said what?
Yeah, but my point was GPS wouldn't matter if men didn't build the roads that we drive on. That's my point. Like, you went to GPS, but okay, GPS wouldn't matter if the roads were not built.
Okay, so my stance is that both are equally important and can lead in different areas. So whether or not men build roads or women build this, or women create the cement that's for the road, all I'm saying is that both efforts are equal in society.
Both efforts can never be equal, because we're not equal. We're both important in our places. But women continuously seems like they want to be side by side with a man, and I don't understand why. Like you said, teaching, I think, is a perfect example of a woman's role. There's nothing wrong with that. Cooking, cleaning, nurturing, those are all women roles, but that doesn't make you equal or even greater than a man.
Yeah, it's because I don't believe that women are naturally submissive. That's why.
Why not?
I think that because submission is a learned behavior. It's a survival skill.
And by the way, friends, since y'all went there, the topic number 1 was submission is a requirement for a healthy relationship. So SH, while you answer her, let's then focus on this, okay? We're going to focus on this first topic. Submission is a requirement for a healthy relationship. You were talking about how women are not naturally submissive. Finish your point, and then we verge to the first topic. Okay, go ahead. Uninterrupted.
Yeah, so what I was saying is that women are not naturally submissive. Am I breaking up?
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, 100% good.
Okay, women are not naturally submissive because it's a learned behavior. If women were naturally submissive, we would have submitted already. You wouldn't have to tell us to submit. It wouldn't have to be a social effort. That's my point.
Well, that's not true. The only reason why women don't naturally submit, more than likely, especially nowadays, because most women, not you, I'm talking in general when I speak, but majority of our women nowadays are not raised in a 2-parent household. And even usually when you are raised in a 2-parent household, if the mother is behaving as if she's the king of the castle, this is why you don't naturally submit to a man's leadership in an older age. To naturally submit is something that's taught from a young age up. If you had any type of father that was a leader in your life.
Yes, Melanin, that is my point. You just said that you are taught it. If it has to be taught to you, it does not naturally occur. That is my point.
So what naturally occurs? So you're saying a rebellion or to not want to listen to a man is a natural occurrence of a woman?
No, I just don't think it's natural to yield your authority or power to another human being. I don't think that happens in nature. I think that happens when you are trying to survive. You feel like you need somebody. Maybe you're in a jail situation or you need somebody else's money. That's where submission would happen because it's a necessity. But if you have to teach it, then it's not nature. So we can't argue and say it is in a woman's nature to be submissive. If it's nature and natural, we would have done it already. We wouldn't have Melanin Legacy saying you need to submit because it would have just happened.
Well, no, the reason why we have to say it now is because we're so far gone from how we should behave as women, our place as women. We're so far gone. And that's why you have Melanin Legacy saying it, because women don't naturally want to stay in their place anymore. It's kind of like your talking points. Like you feel like submission is not something that is natural, but it should be natural. This should be you're a woman. You're meant to be soft, feminine, friendly, submissive, obedient. And I don't understand why women don't see how powerful it is to be able to accomplish that. If it was an easy thing to do, everyone would be doing it.
So what you're saying is oxymoronic because you cannot have power while giving your power over. Now, you're basically what you're saying is not answering my point on nature. You are kind of going in a circle and not sticking to the point. I am making it clear that it has to be taught to you, and women are not naturally submissive. And you are saying because you believe we should be. Melanin Legacy believes we are supposed to be. That is your belief. That is your opinion. SH is saying naturally outside of Melanin's belief, this does not occur. So I do not want to be forced or tell other women that you should do something that is against what's actually natural. If it was natural to be submissive, we would be doing it.
Okay, so I'm going to take it to the animal kingdom for a little while. What woman in the animal kingdom is trying to lead or not naturally submit to the male in the animal kingdom? Where do you see that at?
Anywhere. The bees, the ants. Give me your example. What's in your head?
Well, the lion kingdom, the tigers, there's one male and several women. And if they want to be under, or if a man wants to take over leadership, they battle it out, and the woman follows whoever is the strongest male at the end of the fight. But I mean, even when you're saying that it's not natural for women to submit to men, women don't have an issue with submitting to a man that they find valuable. It's only a problem when you don't have any respect for him that you do not want to submit.
It's not about respect, and we are not lions. I'm gonna stick to your animal point to stay on the point. We're not lions. And even in the Lion Kingdom, the lion that's the biggest and the strongest decides who's a part of the pride. He decides who's a part of the family. And then within that, he impregnates them, but he's not the only male there impregnating them. When a woman is in heat, she's sleeping with all of them. So she's not just submitting sexually to him. She also goes and hunts. He's literally just there to dictate who the family is. So we need to stop using lions. And your second point, what was your second point?
Wait, so you're saying you said a female lion will sleep with all the
female lion in heat will let every man in the pride smash.
Yeah. Okay, but in a pride, there's only one male leader within a pride.
There's only one male leader, but there aren't only one male lions in that pride family.
Okay, I'll have to research that. I'll go ahead and give you that then, because I don't know that to be a fact. What else did you ask me?
I was asking you what your second point was.
Oh, I was saying that when a woman respects a man's leadership, the conversation about naturally submitting doesn't happen. Like when you feel like he is the it man, there's not women trying to battle with her place, like being more important than him or bigger than him. It doesn't happen. This usually only happens with a man that you don't respect.
So that goes back to my point about survival and doing things to stay within the right place. So when we look at men who have money or who are celebrities, right? This is why it's not natural. A woman is looking at him as a come up, but every single woman looking at Chris Brown, if she could, she would have him to herself. She would have all of his assets to herself. But if she gets with him, she falls in line because she doesn't want to lose an opportunity. So she may act submissive, do what she needs, but what usually happens is that time passes, she gets more jealous, she wants to leave, the girls start fighting, they don't stay. Like, look at Chris, he's in court right now and he's polygynous. So that goes back to my argument. Submission, not natural. Submission, survival skill.
If submission wasn't natural, then he'd be in court with all of the women. It's just one woman that's being unruly, that doesn't understand her place and doesn't want to stay in her place. And that's the reason why he's in court right now. If that was the natural order of things, then why aren't all the women taking him to court?
Then why aren't all the women taking him to court?
Yeah, you brought up one. You said he's poly. You brought up one of the baby mamas and taking him to court.
Yeah, I brought up one because that's an example just to prove that women are not naturally submissive.
No, that's an
just because the other two women didn't act out on their feelings or didn't act out to lose their positioning doesn't mean that it's still natural. They could just still continue playing the part and saying, I'm not losing out on my bag. I'm not losing out on Chris Brown. This breezy.
No, but that's they found it's not about, they found a leader that they were willing to submit and stay in line for. The natural order of a woman, they found what they wanted. He gave them a child. He's taking care of them. There's no reason to be out of order. Now, this other one that you're talking about that took him to court, she's an unruly woman. And that's why he's in court. That doesn't mean that submission is not natural, or else all of them would be taking him to court. That's my point.
Okay, so women who want to be with Chris Brown, do they love him or do they want to come up?
I think it could be both.
My point exactly. They did not find a leader. They found Chris Brown. They found a lifestyle. They wanted it and they want to keep it that way. So they said, yeah, Chris, I'll do anything you say because I want this life and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to stay here. It's not because it's natural. It's because they want what he has and they're surviving in it. They want the life. They're going to keep it.
So what's natural for a woman?
What's natural for a woman?
Yeah. What's natural? Since you're saying, so how should the relationship design go since it's not natural to find a leader and submit under his order? What do you envision the relationship being like?
Synergy. We are not yielding our power to each other and making somebody dominant over us. We are not 50-50, 100-100, both participating in our life together. We both cook, both take care of the kids, both make money, both grow old together, both love each other. That's how I view marriage.
So, I'm sorry, was somebody going to say something?
No. Reply, and then I want y'all to focus on submission is a requirement for a healthy relationship. Now that you talk about the natural.
Okay. So in your scenario that you're bringing up, are both partners working the same amount of hours, doing the same type of laborious jobs?
So when I speak on synergy, it's whatever life brings you, but you both participate where it makes sense. So your life is going to look different. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, we both work 8 hours. I'm not speaking on 50-50. Like I said, it's 100-100. So maybe like he wants to go to school or I want to go to school and he takes over or I take over. We both apply 100% to a life we want to build together. But he does not dominate me. I don't dominate him. We don't have to.
Okay. So you have a problem with leadership is what I'm gathering. You don't want to be led. So you're a certain type of woman. You're not the standard though. The standard of woman wants to be led by a man, and she loves being in a submissive, obedient position. And to back up what Fatty said in regards to submission is required in a healthy relationship, what you're trying to make the normality is why there's so much confusion in households. This is why our divorce rates are so high, because women don't understand their place anymore. You want to do everything that he does. You want to question everything that he's doing. You think you are the head and not the tail, I guess, for a better word of saying. But when I'm saying you're the tail, that doesn't mean that you do not have value. But if you understood the nature of a man, he doesn't want to feel like he's combating with his partner. He wants you to yield. It's just the nature of a man. And I don't get why it's just so difficult.
Yeah, so here's the difficult part, right? Because when we look at actual yielding and when we look at how it's not natural to do this, because I'm always going to circle back, and where feminism got brought up is that we saw unhealthy dynamics and we saw that women needed to break out. But the relationship standard is actually culturally relevant to Black people because it's not new. There are plenty of examples that we emotionally resonate with. Cliff and Claire Huxtable, the Cosbys, she is not looked at as subordinate to him. She's not looked at as lesser than, and he's not this macho masculine leader guy that everybody is yielding or leading to. He's a masculine man, a dad, and she's a feminine woman, and nobody is yielding their authority to be balanced in this relationship. It's healthy. She's a lawyer, he's a lawyer, and they both participate in their life.
Well, I mean, you're bringing up the Cosby Show, and I mean, the Cosby Show would actually go towards my point rather than yours. She was a submissive wife. She stayed in her place. There was no confusion. There was no overriding his authority. Even in a situation where they had to check the children, they teamed up against the children. She never overrode what he said. So that technically wouldn't be a good example. Even in the Will Smith show, that was a submissive good wife. You never saw on TV her trying to stand equal toes with the husband or the father in any of those shows, and that's why they're no longer on TV, because they want to bring forth the rebellious, unruly, I'm your equal woman nowadays.
Yeah, no. We've seen Claire plenty of times, as you would call unruly, talking over Cliff, not letting him finish. There was an episode where a guy was questioning Claire and was like, "So Cliff let you put that picture up?" And she was like, "I paid for it with my money. I put it up, and it was so." Why? Because she's equal in her house. It's not about submission. What you do is, you don't need this does not bring confusion when you know how to communicate with your partner, when you both know how to talk to each other. There's no confusion. This is not unruly. She has a voice. She gets to speak. He has a voice. He gets to speak. Nobody's head or tail. You are partners.
Okay, so based off what you're saying, in a situation where we're having because men, when they're having disagreements, it gets physical. Right. So since we're equal and nobody yields to the other one, in a situation where you keep trying to overtalk or get the last word or coming at a man aggressive, then he would be able to apply physical violence and you to him. Right. We should be able to duke it out equally. Right.
That's what submission brings. If you look up the definition,
what does submission bring?
If you look up the definition of submission, if you yield your power to a man, he has the right to check you. That's where that comes from. So why would my husband?
Can you answer my question though?
Yeah, based off what you're saying. Why would my husband need to slap me for us?
No. We're not going there. Answer what I said. It should be equal grounds for tussling, correct? Since you don't want to yield, you don't want to be submissive, you don't want to stay in your place.
No, because nobody needs brute force to.
Why not? But that's what a man is. And men don't.
A man is brute force.
Amongst other men, you keep talking and you keep on. Men are not going to do all that back and forth. It's going to turn physical. So by what you're saying, since you as a woman, you don't want to obey, you don't want to submit, you don't want to stay in your place, he should be able to pop you upside the head the same way he would a man that stay in his place, that didn't stay in his place. I couldn't watch his mouth.
That would only go towards if a woman is meant to be submissive. If you're in
No,
a
it wouldn't.
relationship, no. If you're in a relationship and nobody's yielding their power, nobody has the right to pop anybody. You're going to jail. If you put your hands on somebody.
Oh, so now you're going to go get the police.
No, so listen.
What do you need the police for if we're equal?
When you are submissive, you are giving him the right to pop you. That's what submission brings. Because if you start speaking up and he needs to check you, you are giving him full authority over you to check you. I'm not doing that.
So, like I said, women that are submissive are not getting physically harmed unless it's an abusive situation, which means there's something.
You brought it up. You said men are naturally going to get violent with you because you speak up.
No, I said amongst other men. That's not what I said. I said men do not do all this back and forth talking amongst other men. It gets physical. So you saying that nobody should submit, that means that we are equal. So you should get these equal hands, is what I'm saying.
I don't think a man and a man should be fighting because they can't communicate. I think that's an unintelligent, unemotionally intelligent man. And whether it's a man or a woman, if you can't communicate, that's a problem. So what are you talking about?
How are you policing men's behavior? That's how I'm telling you how men handle things. And you're really not addressing what I'm saying because you're saying, I don't feel like men should do that. I'm telling you what men do. And since you feel like you should not submit or stay feminine in your place, I'm saying that's equal ground for a woman to get popped upside her head, just like a man would.
If
being
you with
feminine and submissive it makes it where you're protected from certain things. Your ideology would make it where if you were outside, if everybody thought the way that you did, if you as a woman were outside getting into it with a man and he slapped you, no other man should step in to protect you. Me, what I'm saying, being submissive and staying in your place and being feminine, if I'm out and a man is talking crazy to me, another man is going to step in and say, hey, yo, don't do that. Don't treat her that way. But what you're talking about, nobody should run to save you.
I don't see how that makes any sense. I don't see how just because I disagree that makes me unfeminine and not in need of probably protection from. That means, because I can't check you and because you disagree with me, I'm going to pop you in your mouth. And if I do that, no other man is going to protect you.
I didn't say disagreement. I literally said two men in situations where they're getting into it and they're arguing, it's not going to continue to be a conversation. It's going to turn physical because men don't do all this back and forth. So you as a woman, you want to keep tussling and going back and forth.
What happens to a man and man in man-to-man combat under the law? What happens after?
What does the law have to do with it?
Yeah, because what you're saying, there's legalities to this. Just because they do it doesn't mean it's correct, doesn't mean they have discipline, doesn't mean it's emotional discipline. Like, this is ridiculous behavior. And I'm asking you, if a man and a man do this, what are the consequences of their actions?
Well, somebody could be unalived. Somebody could go to jail, or they could just be men and tussle it out, and then both of them go home and walk away.
So there's consequences to this unruly, disgusting behavior from a man. So no, it does not make it right just because I'm a woman getting loud and angry and disagreeing with him. You put your hands on somebody, there's consequences to your actions.
But my point is, you shouldn't be putting him in a position where he wants to put his hands on you to begin with, because it's a man's natural nature to not sit up there and be going back and forth. Men will go put on boxing gloves. Men will go in the yard and tussle it out. That's my whole point. Why are you trying to stand equal toes with a man?
What I'm trying to do is not suppress a woman's voice, not suppress my voice, and allow myself to have an opinion and to be able to disagree with another human being. Just because I do this.
But when did I say that you couldn't disagree?
You're saying get loud and tussle at the mouth. I think a woman and a man should be able to communicate properly. It doesn't have to get rowdy, and I don't have to suppress my emotions just in case he might beat me up. That should not be a fear I have.
You're twisting what I'm saying.
No,
I didn't say that. What I said is what you're trying to describe is that we're equal. And what I'm saying is if we're equal, we should be able to tussle equally. That's what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is that even men and men have consequences to tussling. So just because I want to be equal with somebody, don't mean I want to tussle with them.
So your verbiage and your delivery dictates how this goes. So you're saying that you should be able to holler and scream and be an unruly woman, and a man should just take it.
I should be free. That's what I want to be. Free.
Free to do whatever you want.
I want to be free to express myself without
no matter how you're expressing yourself.
No. I never said that, because I'm saying there's consequences legally to your actions. But just because I said something to you that you don't like, called you the B word, called you out your name, that still does not mean you should be putting your hands on me.
So you're gliding over the fact that you should never be calling him out of his name. That's what submission reminds you, that you should never even be calling him out of his name to begin with.
We don't need submission to have respect for another human being.
So then why did you use that example? This is your example you used on no, I shouldn't have no consequences for calling you out your name. Why are you calling him out of his name to begin with?
So pay
unruly, disrespectful behavior. And like I said earlier, if you grew up in the house with your father, to call him out of his name wouldn't even be something you'd think about.
I had my dad. That's one.
No, I'm not. I don't do personal. So you don't have to. I'm talking in general. It's never personal up here. I don't want you to feel like I'm saying anything personal. I'm not.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that it's completely unnecessary to have submission in order to just treat another human being with respect. If we are in a marriage, we are expected to treat each other with respect. But if just because a woman's mouth may get rowdy in the street, that still is not okay for somebody to hit you, because even if it was a man and a man, it's not okay for them to hit each other. That's my point.
Says who? You as a woman?
The law.
No, we're not. I don't keep the law out of it. I'm talking about a natural structure of things, and men do not let. First of all, what you're trying to describe, if men and men were sitting up here arguing and tussling, we wouldn't even respect them as a man. We will be calling them sissy and female. Like, men don't argue. I don't know who you're around, but I don't want to sit up here and be watching men arguing because they can't agree. Either y'all going to agree to disagree and walk away. Y'all can put the gloves on and handle it that way. But I don't want to see two men going back and forth like women.
What?
Fatty, did you understand what I said?
I'm the moderator. I am.
Okay.
I am here to make sure nobody pulls each other airs out. Okay. And let me just make a quick pause. Friends, thank you very much to the 458 people watching. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Let me pause this real quick because there's not a lot of super chats. I think I'm going to read it all, okay? Mr. Eric, $10. Thank you very much, Eric. This is a question, $10 and up. I'm going to save it for... Eric, I'm going to save this for... No, I'm going to read it. A woman did not build the GPS. She invented the algorithm. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate you. We have Smell the Roses. She donated to the show yesterday. I appreciate you, Roses. Thank you very much. Mr. The Genius CEO donated to the show yesterday. I couldn't think, so thank you very much. And Mr. He booked a session with Team Fatty. So I appreciate you, Mr. Cheese. I see you on Monday. I appreciate y'all. If you guys want to book a session, the links are on the description. You know exactly what to do, okay? On the Super Chat side, thank you very much, Mr. Player One, for the membership.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
She's back again, saying they both won before it started. Aww. Damn, that's crazy. And we have player one saying nothing, just with the super sticker. Thank you very much. Super chats, $10 and up, are going to be read on the last 30 minutes of the show as a question. Use the goal up in the top. Team Fatty 8 is out of commission for the first 2 hours of the show. Make sure you support Melanin Legacy 88 and SH, the pattern reader super cash app. Please make sure you buy them a lunch and a dinner. They are giving us a great show for now. Omi says Mel killed in her. And we have Spacey saying a lioness does not make mate with every male lion on the pride. When she's in it, it's easy to research that she made up on the spot, and it's fun. Next one, we have the real DJ Ghost saying SH sounding slow every time she opens her mouth. And we have Mr. Tilg saying SH talking from a systematic programming standpoint. Melanie is talking from a natural nature point of life. We have Chef Chopinho in the building. And we got for a membership. Thank you very much, your mom. I appreciate
The
it.
untouchable empire, baby.
We have Zero Fallout in the building. He says they want perks of 50-50 with the perks of chivalry, pick a lane and struggle. Man ain't falling for it no more. YN believe in equal rights and the left. We have It's Media Entertainment with $20. Thank you very much. Very entertaining debate. Melanin, let's go. We have Zero Fallout saying nothing, just with the love. I appreciate Zero Fallout. And finally, we have Big Ed saying, I see SH is unruly. Okay. On the Cash App, I see you too, Chef Chopinho. I appreciate you. He says, Fatty, you know where the love is, and Melanin is Chef, you have to write that again because I think he cut off, okay? But I appreciate you, sir. And Jelani, I appreciate you too for the Cash Apps. I will be reading them in a few, okay? Just to remind people, the Cash App of the ladies is rolling in the bottom. No excuses. Questions for the $10 and up. And finally, friends, a debate is who defends their opinions better. A debate is not who you agree with, okay? This is the point of a debate. We are not here to say who we agree with. We are here to say who defends their point better, okay? Let's reframe our mind and make sure that we are judging exactly what we have over here. And before I run the clock back again, 20,000 subscribers. Ooh, we friends, I appreciate y'all. And I will promise you, man, the best is yet to come. I am next. The Untouchables are next. I'm not playing. So look at what we're going to do in the next few months. I appreciate all the love and support. And let's keep rolling. So, friends, anyone wants to say anything before we go to the second topic, or y'all are satisfied for now?
I'm having a good time, SH. Giving me a little bit of a challenge. I'm enjoying myself.
Oh shit. Y'all doing pretty good, ladies. Yeah. Let me go to the second one. Woman's protection is inferior to man's protection.
It's time to do.
SH, why is this prompt wrong? Woman protection is inferior to man protection. You have the floor.
Yeah, so I think that protection is broader than just physical strength, and relationships. Protection is broad. So you have strategic protection, emotional protection, anticipatory protection. There's so many ways that you can protect your partner, and physical is not the only one.
I'll agree with that, but I don't see ways that women are protecting men. For an example, I feel like a man can never be truly honest with a woman about his inner thoughts, because when she's upset, she'll take it and use it against him in the first argument that they have. Do you have a rebuttal anything for that?
I'm not going to argue and deny that it doesn't happen, but what I do want and what I'm pushing for is that it should be. But the question is whether it's superior or inferior. So,
Patty, can you ask again?
I'll read it again. It's a statement. Woman protection is inferior to man's protection. Do you agree or disagree with that, Sage?
So I'm going to give an example of why I don't think it's inferior. I just think protection is protection. So you can swim and he can't, and y'all are in an emergency situation. Who's going to take the lead in that scenario and protect?
Well, I guess I would say the woman, but I hope she's strong enough to carry that man's body. They might both end up drowning, depending on how heavy he is.
In water?
Yeah, in water, because she has to not only swim with herself, but him as well if he doesn't know how to swim. We also have to worry about him not panicking and drowning them both. And his weight would take both of them down. But to your point, if she's the swimmer and he's not, she would be the one to take lead. But I would just wonder if she'd be able to be successful.
So again, that's my point, that it's not whose protection is inferior or better. I just think protection is protection, and whoever is capable of protection should protect.
Okay, so in a situation where we're in the house, so you're saying that if we hear a noise downstairs, we should be just as ready to go down there as him?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that.
But can you answer that question though?
I will answer your question. I'm going to answer your question. Yeah, okay. we should both be ready. We should both be ready. And I'll tell you why we should both be ready. It's not about who goes first. It's about having these skills, because if he wasn't home, you should still have these skills to go downstairs and protect your family. If he's at work, like you say men do, and they're outside doing these long 8 hours, you cannot call him from work to come home and protect you in a burglar situation. You, as the woman, should be ready to defend your household.
Yeah, but that doesn't put you in front of him, because if you're bringing up scenarios where he's unavailable, so that gives you no choice though. But in none of your statements you just made is a scenario where he's home too. He's away. So therefore, of course, he's going to teach you how to defend yourself in his absence. But nothing in what you said will make it where you are the leader or in front of him running downstairs while he's hiding in the corner or trying to call 911.
Okay, scenario. He just got out of surgery.
Yeah, but you can bring up scenarios now, but what I'm saying, your initial thought process, every scenario that you came up with, he's unavailable, which will prove my point, because you thought of situations where he was unavailable for you to have to defend yourself. So there's no need now to double back with other scenarios.
We should both be capable and both be ready. Okay, he's in the shower. The burglar's coming now. Should I wait for him to get out the shower, or should I go to the door?
Well, first you should be going to get him. There should be some sort of.
We're not talking about strategies. We're not talking about strategies of what you should.
Yes, we are talking about strategies, because a woman like me, I'm not going downstairs. I'm going to get my leader, my man. I'm going to go get him. So I can talk about it from that angle, because I don't feel that a woman should be quick to go downstairs.
So he's in the shower. The burglar comes in the house. You're running to him.
Yeah, why would I go to the door? Why would I create a situation where I'm going to try to run downstairs to reprimand a man, probably get killed or knocked out, raped or tied up, whatever, and then he has to get out the shower, come looking for me to walk right in on it? Or I'm unalived and now he's in the shower and he's going to get unalived right behind me?
So what would help you faster? The burglar
going
comes
to get
in,
my man out of the shower.
So let me ask you a question. What would help you faster? The burglar comes in the house and the gun is there and you shot him, or now you delayed time and you go get your husband?
where am I sitting? Because you sound like you were talking from a standpoint of both of us being upstairs. Where am I sitting in this scenario? If I'm sitting right there on the couch and the gun is somewhere next to me and somebody's coming in the house, of course I'm gonna go ahead and handle it. But in the situation where we're both upstairs and I can get to him so he can get downstairs, I'm gonna get the gun, go to the shower where he is, give him the gun, go call 911 or get the kids or whatever. I'm gonna stay somewhere safe and stay out of his way. I don't think women don't understand how when you're trying to stand equal with a man, like you're both going downstairs, now you're not helping him because he has to worry about the burglar and you. It's better for you to be somewhere safe where he's not worried about you and the burglar.
There's smart situations and strategies, like what I said, to get out of situations faster. He might be stronger, but that doesn't mean he has the best strategies. She might be the one saying, all right, boom, let's do this. And the scenario I brought up, if he's in the house, but you are closer, you would save the family, and he might be more relieved if you bust that gun and didn't run to him like, what are we gonna do? He would probably breathe if you shot the burglar and did it first, instead of coming to him all damsel in distress because you can't take care of yourself.
Okay, so I don't, like I said, am I sitting on the couch downstairs already next to the weapon and he's coming in the house? Or am I upstairs in the room and he's in the master bedroom shower and I get the gun and babe, somebody's downstairs? I'm gonna call 911.
Fuck the couch, fuck the room, you're closer. The scenario I'm saying is you are closer. Are you going to be capable? Does it help the family for you to be capable, or does it help you to run and get him? You're closer. What is
if
better?
I'm closer and I can handle the situation, I'm going to handle it. But you're talking a specific situation. This is just, I'm talking in general, right? You needing to do this is secondary. It's situational. You have no other choice. If you have a choice, though, you're going to go get your man. Majority of women will not agree with you on that. Or else, like the brick lady. When the brick lady, I'm sorry, did you want to rebuttal? I don't want to rant.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I don't give a fuck what majority of women agree with me. I die dolly. What I'm saying is it's better for both adult human beings to have these skills just in case, because all protection is just in case. Every emergency scenario is random. Every emergency happens when you don't know and can't expect it. It's better for both adults to have these skills and be protectors innately, rather than saying you're a man, you have the skills by yourself. It doesn't help.
I just want to remind y'all, the prompt is woman protection is inferior to men.
Yeah, that's where we went, because I'm not
saying
it
is inferior. For example, the brick lady, when that man put his hands on her, when she came out and spoke about it, she said all these other men were just standing there. They just stood around and let it happen. Why are you seeking out other men to come help you if your little miss, I could do it myself. Little miss, I can tussle and verbally castrate a man. What does another man need to step in on your behalf for?
Can you answer that, SH?
What does another man? I just think that's human decency. If you see somebody in need of help and they're not capable, that you go and help them. If she's capable,
why? We're equal. You don't want to submit those. So why?
So I think both men and women should learn life skills. If she cannot defend herself, then that's on her. She didn't learn how to fight. She didn't learn how to shoot. She didn't learn how to take a knife. She didn't learn these things. And I think it's important for everybody to know these skills, because that's how you stay safer. That's how you stay out of danger.
Yeah, I disagree. I feel like I don't feel like you're answering like me directly. So
ask me the direct question.
In a situation where a woman is being harmed out in public, why are women always trying to seek the protection of a man?
Because we teach them not to defend themselves. If we start raising women to learn how to defend yourself, a knife, a gun will stop him. It's faster to say, bow, versus help me. Would you agree?
I would agree with that, but majority of women don't want to be in a position of having to defend themselves. That's not what women want to do. It's not. Tell me a scenario where you've seen that, where a woman wanted to take protection into her own hand. Because everything that I see, it's men don't protect Black women anymore, so on and so forth.
Yeah, whether women want to or not, I think it's a necessity to learn how to do this. That's my point. We need to learn how to protect ourselves because there's danger outside.
So we need to learn how to protect ourselves just in case someone's not, just because there's someone, just in case there's not someone around to protect us, correct?
Facts.
Which would make it secondary.
No, it's not inferior.
Yeah, I specifically asked you, we need to know how to protect ourselves in case someone is not around to do it. You said facts. That would make you, as the woman, secondary. You have no one to depend on, so therefore I need to defend myself.
Okay, that's not logically adding up. It doesn't make protection secondary. It makes it first and foremost. It doesn't make it inferior. It makes it, this is what we need to do. It makes it the standard. It's not in the back. It's a standard. We should all be protectors in any regard.
So then why did you have such an issue earlier when I said men and women should be able to physically tussle? Why did you need the police?
If you remember my point, I said if a man and a man got into that situation, there's consequences. I think it's wrong to want to fight somebody just because y'all are
talking about a man and a woman. If you're saying that you're saying a woman should be able to protect herself without a man, what does it matter if a man and a woman gets to tussling? Why do you need to call the police?
Because it's wrong.
According to what, though? Based off of you saying that I should be able to protect myself.
All right, y'all. Melanin says it's not wrong. So if she start popping off in the mouth and you want to hit her, you can hit her.
No, we're not. Don't do those.
Like,
don't
that's
do
what you're saying.
But stay on topic. That all right, y'all. Melanin, no, because the
That's
women
what
that
you
I'm talking about,
you just gave them the green light.
I'm talking about, you're the one being an advocate for the woman not being submissive and staying in her place and knowing her role. You're the one advocating for the fact that she should be able to know how to defend herself and shoot and all this and not depend on a man. So based off of that, I'm for equality based off what you're saying. So you should get popped in your mouth as equally as he would another man that wanted to do that. Like, you're trying to double talk.
There's no double talking. You do not need submission in order to be decent human beings. And just because you disagree or are popping each other, just because you disagree or getting loud, doesn't make it right for man and woman to now want to hit somebody or beat you up. That's wrong. That's all I'm saying. There's
You're in the gray area.
There's no
black or white. You're being gray. You're responding to make whatever situation fit the narrative at that moment. You're not sticking on the side of what you're saying, because if a woman shouldn't have to look for a man for protection, then we should be able to tussle with men in the street.
No,
and don't call the police.
I'm not arguing for that. I'm arguing that we should be respectful to each other and we don't need submission to do that.
Yes, we do. Because a man's because men don't argue with men. If you keep talking to me like you want to fight, we can get the gloves and fight. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like you're trying to feminize a man. Men don't behave that way. Women want to go back and forth with all that mouth. Men don't do that. That's my point.
A man needs to be bigger than somebody and dominant in order to have respect for them.
No, you need to just stay in your place and not challenge authority.
So
that's what you need to do.
Yeah, they're not authority. So
they are an authority figure.
To who? You?
To a woman. To a woman. You literally even in intimacy, you get dominated. You're inserted. You're not doing the inserting. I hope not.
So women can't be dominant. Women are not dominant sexually.
No, you're dominated.
So if he's eating my butt,
that's it. What does that have to do? He wanted to do that.
Brother.
Oh my God. Sex is not domination. If submission, you know what submissive sex is? A kink. And it has to be a kink for a reason. Sex is not domination. Sex is two people getting in the bed and participating with each other. I'm not denying anatomy.
Okay, so what you're saying is a man.
Wait. Let me land real quick. Sex is not domination. It's participation. It's you got one thing, I got another thing, and we're attracted to each other. Dominative sex is a kink.
Okay, so what you're saying is, based off of what you're saying, he's attracted to me, I'm attracted to him. He shouldn't ask my permission for intimacy. He should just get to have it, right? That conversation isn't needed.
That's not
right?
what I said. That is what submission brings. Because if he owns you, because that's what submission is, if he owns you, he does not have to ask you. He can say, bend over, and you got to say, go ahead. That's what submission brings. I'm saying you need a yes from her, and she needs a yes from you, and you participate together.
I don't know. I can't really respond to that. I feel like could you word that differently? Because I don't think I understood where you were trying to go with that.
Yeah, sex is not domination, and it shouldn't be. That type of sex is a kink. If we are both participating, we are both saying yes. Submission, based on definition, based on what it is, based on the kink, it doesn't require a yes. It is ownership.
So when you let a man in your body, you're not submitting.
I'm participating in sex with him.
No, when you open your legs to a man, are you not submitting?
Nope, I'm choosing. I'm saying, go ahead. That's not submission. That's choice. That's choosing.
How is that not submitting?
You got to prove it.
If he needs permission, right? If he needs permission, if you need to open your legs, you need to open your legs. You need to open your legs, right? Or don't you? He could just take it. Which do you need to open your legs, or can he just take it?
Submission would allow him to just take it.
How? What?
Because you
have a terrible. So you sound like you think submission is taking away a woman's choice.
That's what it's doing. Because okay, let's look at the difference. What is submissive sex, the kink, versus regular sex?
Okay, but what you're talking about a dominatrix, are you not?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not talking about a dominatrix. I'm talking about regular intimacy. You have to submit and allow him into your vessel. Or can he just take it? Answer that.
No, you don't have to allow him. You are choosing. You are saying, welcome. You're not saying, here you go. That's what I'm trying to point the difference out. Submission would be, here you go, it's yours. Selection would be, welcome. Have fun. Let's go. Let's do this. That's what the difference is. You don't need submission in sex. You don't need submission in a relationship. You don't need submission to get respect. All that submission is completely unnecessary.
Okay, so a man doesn't need to submit to you either then, right?
No.
Okay, so if he desires, he can have you and others, correct?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because that's not what I want in my partner.
Oh, but he doesn't have to submit to you. So who are you to tell him that he can't?
Because when we enter a relationship, we have these conversations. If he wants that, then he can have that outside of me.
Okay, so it sounds like he does need to submit then, because you're not letting him be free of will. If that's what he desires, what's the problem? If nobody needs to submit to the other one, he should be able to go and do what he wants.
Explain it.
I did. If you're saying that nobody needs to submit, because when it's a woman, you talking about how she don't need to submit, she don't need to stay in her place or nothing like that. So on the flip side, if he wants you and another woman as well, it should be totally fine, because according to you, we don't need submission.
No, according to that logic, if I want another man, because you're trying to challenge my worldview, if I want another man and nobody's submitting, then I should be able to have that. No, we are two adults who consented and made a choice to be together exclusively. I'm not taking away anything from him. I'm not taking away his free will. He wants to be in a relationship with me. So in our relationship, it's not open.
Yeah, I think I already won that part of the debate without keep going back and forth. So, I mean, I could yield on that. You're not standing in anything. You're kind of like all over the place with what you're saying. Like when I give you a scenario based off something you say, I give you a scenario and then you flip flop and you say no. If submission is not needed, he should be able to have more than one woman and you say nothing. It's just that simple. It's not about you now having more than one man. You said nobody needs to submit. By that logic, he should be able to have you and another one if nobody needs to submit about anything.
Does nobody mean just him or both of us?
Both if you want, but okay. Men and women are not equal. So you're bringing in a new conversation. But I'll go ahead and say both. But I don't sign up for that.
So nobody means both of us. So that means that none of us need to submit, and none of us are agreeing to an open relationship. So when we are both in a relationship and we're both monogamous, then we are both participating in a monogamous relationship.
You're monogamous by nature. You're supposed to be monogamous by nature. That's what I'm saying. You're headed into a different conversation because we're now talking about the nature of a man and a woman. And it's not supposed to be in a woman's nature to just be letting everybody in her sacred portal.
So you in her sacred portal. So
yeah, your womb.
So
I mean, if you feel like your womb's not that important, that's fine.
These sacred portals, no, because this is why there's a problem with your belief system, because women are hoes. Yes, you said it's in nature. Are women hoes?
Are women hoes? There's too many there in this society. There's too many women behaving in whorish ways. Yes.
Okay, so I would argue that as men are horny, women are horny. We're just calling one a whore and one nature. If they're both if they're both acting naturally, now that women have more freedom, women make their own money, now that survival's out of the question and they're making these choices, I would argue that women are naturally as horny as men are.
No, I would disagree with that, because if women were just these horn dogs, we wouldn't have men needing multiple women for satisfaction. Most of the time when a man is with more than one woman, it's because he's not being pleased within his own household.
Yeah, no. No. If women are having sex and we see it, then that would mean that that's proof that it's natural for women to be horny. You can have your own beliefs, but when we look outside and we say, damn, bitches is fucking, that's because they're horny.
What's your point?
My point is that it's not just in a woman's nature to stay monogamous and a man's nature to be poly. It's human nature. It's human nature to be horny. If you want to bring up nature, let's look at what's naturally happening outside of survival. What's naturally happening is women are also fucking. So are women both poly now too? Like what?
So are you saying that women should be able to have as many partners as they choose, just like men, and nobody should be shamed?
Melanin Legacy just said it's not in a woman's nature to be this way. It's in a man's nature to be this way.
So then I ask you.
Sage is saying that if that was true, we wouldn't have so many hoes.
Is there any disagreement with that women are naturally hoes? There's a Sage claim. Do you disagree with that, Melanie?
That women are naturally hoes? Yes, I do disagree. I do disagree with that. You're talking about a certain type of woman. Like, you have to dive deeper into that when you say that. A woman, you're talking about a woman, and then like a woman and a hoe.
Are most women hoes?
In this society, yes.
Is that natural?
No.
Go from there. And in 3 minutes, we go to the super chat, so you guys need a break. Go ahead.
For me, I would just say you're talking about a generation of fatherless households, or households with dads that are not leaders in their own home. We're talking about coming off of the generation of women that constantly told women, you don't need no man, you don't need to submit to no man, get your education, get your money, don't submit. So the mindset of the woman has been damaged by the mothers and grandmothers before them. But if you listen to men, men don't want 304 behaviors. Men don't want a wife hoes. And regardless of the fact, no matter how much women keep trying to make it seem like it's normal for women to be this sexually liberated, you wouldn't want this for your daughter. So why are you advocating for the behavior?
Yeah, I didn't advocate for.
I'm talking in general.
Yeah. So I want to make that clear for the panel that I'm not advocating for being irresponsible sexually. What I was arguing is that we cannot say it's not in a woman's nature just as much as it's in a man's nature if we're going to call women whores. What we are seeing is that women are horny and having sex, and men are also horny and having sex. So it's in both people's nature to be promiscuous. Now, you want to bring it back to our grandmothers? Our grandmothers, did they not cheat? Like, is cheating new? Is women having sex outside of their marriage new? Is concubines new? Is whoredom and prostitution new? No. Which would also prove that it's not just men who are naturally sexual. Women are also sexual.
I'm going to close it right here. Y'all doing great. Y'all doing great. Just rest for a second. Just stretch. We have still more 50 minutes, friends. We have 2 topics. Remember, last 30 minutes, we're going to ask questions. I have questions. The chat has questions. $10 and up. You can ask the questions and make sure that you tell exactly what you need to tell them. Just questions, $10 and up. And when the clock is done for the challengers, if you have any smoke, click the link. I'm going to drop the link on the last 10 minutes so you can pull up and challenge either Melanin or SH. Okay. Once again, thank you very much for the 500 people watching the show. I appreciate you. Eric says, we had to lower the standards for women to compete. Thank you very much, sir. And he comes back with another 10. And he says, which one is better, a man or a police officer? SH. I'm going to save these for the questions we are going to have in the end of the show. Okay, let me read these ones real quick, and then we go to the next topic. Once again, friends, remember, $10 and up will be read. It's a question. When the clock runs out, we are going to open the panel for 1 hour of challengers to challenge Melanin and SH. Okay, make sure you pay these ladies a lunch and a dinner. Melanin Legacy, SH, the pattern reader. We have the cash apps pinned in the bottom and scrolling in the bottom. Make sure these ladies are giving us an awesome show. So make sure you reward them, okay? We are going to acknowledge them too once we close the clock. The one I see SH is unruly. And ladies, don't be distracted with the chat. I see y'all tweaking a little bit. Make sure you focus on each other and don't focus on the chat. Chef Chopinho, Melanin is a winner. I appreciate you. OG Top Cat, I see your cash app. Thank you so much, sir. I hope you're doing good. I'll acknowledge you in a few. Is Mid Entertainment SH makes good points, but the pattern isn't there. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. We have Tel G says, with the weapon or not, unfortunately, you are still free. It's as a woman, there is someone designated to protect you. Thank you very much, Tel G. I appreciate you. And friends, like the video. We need 200 likes, okay? We need 15 likes to get to the first goal. Like the video. The likes are for free. Waffles saying, the American law allow women to think that they are equal. Women in Iran would be murked for making such a dumb comments. Fuck out of here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Be calm in the building. Since one thing to consider is the more of a threat a woman becomes, the more of a threat a man will become. Thank you. Be calm. We have 10 to go. My boy Tariq says, essays, you're cooking and expressing your thoughts very clearly in a simple, nonsense manner. Flex emoji. Thank you very much, Tariq. We have Big Ed saying, send my regards to Chef Mel because she's cooking. Thank you, sir. We have Jokabed. She will be back soon. Appreciate you, Jokabed, for returning to the untouchable empire, baby.
The untouchable empire, baby.
I'm a soldier, CPT to be exact. I'm highly skilled, but I'm gonna wait for on my husband as his protection is superior. His testosterone build and natural ability as a protector far supersedes mine. Thank you very much, Jokabed. We have Omi saying, if you get mounted and traded, you're dominated. Thank you very much. We have Omi saying, sex is 100% domination. We have my boy Judas from the J with Untouchable membership. Salute to you, bro.
The untouchable empire, baby.
I appreciate you. We have Waffles saying, in Japan, women still aren't typically assigned to frontline combat roles. They serve in things like logistical, medical, and technical units. Reason is because they can easily be captured. Equal plea. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We have is Mid Entertainment saying, I said you chose to open and submit. Thank you very much. Omi says is delusional. We have the lovely Maisha with that $20 baller. Shout out to Maisha. Shout out to Maisha. Shout out to Maisha for being the sponsor of the show yesterday.
The untouchable empire, baby.
Appreciate you, Maisha. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing awesome. We have my boy Tilji. He says, Ali, you got some work to do. Damn, Ali's getting straight. That's crazy.
Cha-ching.
Ali getting the smoke from the chat. That's crazy. Waffles. In the United States, women make up about 38% of the active doctors, 41% of practicing lawyers, and roughly 28 to 43% of scientists in STEM fields. Thank you so much, Waffles and cocaine. Appreciate you, sir. I was trying to avoid to read that one. He comes back and says, men make up about 62% of active doctors, 15. Oh, I think I already read that.
No, he sent two.
He sent two. Men make up 62% of active doctors, 49% of practicing lawyers, and roughly 57 to 72% are in STEM. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, sir. We have blessings. Grand evening. Let's get them out like
the untouchable empire, baby.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And an untouchable executive of the Untouchable Empire, Carl Anderson, gifting 5 untouchable memberships. Thank you so much, Carl. I truly appreciate
I believe that there's multiple so-called black leaders who believe that they are untouchable.
The untouchable empire, baby.
And I think we're done. I will acknowledge OG Top Cat Cash Apps and Eric Cash App on the next think. Oh, SH, who offers bigger protection? That's what Eric was asking. A male police officer or oh, thank you, Eric. I'll save it. I'll save it for the last 30 minutes. Okay. Ladies, can we go back to the clock before we end this? Because we have still 2 more questions. I think we have 54 minutes. I'll give you 25 minutes each. I think I'm going to be okay. Can we go to the third topic?
Of course.
Yeah, come on.
The third topic, okay. A woman passed, or this is the one that I want to hear from you. A woman passed or virginity status doesn't stop her from second chances. A woman passed or virginity status doesn't stop her from second chances. I like these ones.
It's time to do.
Let's start with Melanie. Oh, you want to go first? Are you sure?
No, I said I answered the last one first. So
okay, go ahead, Melanie. Thank you very much.
Could you repeat the question one more time, Fatty?
I will read it again. A woman passed her virginity status doesn't stop her from second chances. Why do you disagree?
Well, it's not necessarily that I disagree. It's just that would not be the majority of women. Of course, there's always the exception to the rules, but as a whole majority, it's better for you to be a virgin, to marry a virgin, to have children under marriage, to carry yourself at a higher esteem than what we do. I think one of the most unfortunate things is the fact how a woman willing to stay a virgin and carry herself how she should be is being overlooked because of the 304 behavior being so popular and them still getting noticed and wifed up and things of that nature. We have to get back to honoring the women that stay on the right path. And it's not for those that no longer have a virginity to bargain with. It's for our youth that are coming up. We don't like what we see in the women of today. So therefore, we have to speak against the behaviors to create a better future.
So what I'm hearing, and I'm listening intently, is that a woman who's a virgin has more value than a woman who had probably safe sex, but she has more bodies.
A virgin is more valuable, yes.
So the virgin could have no type of experience, maybe not listen, hard-headed, but because she's a virgin, would she be better still than a woman who you would deem respectful?
Yes, because even if she does have some unruly behavior inside of her, once she is dominated by a man sexually, she will submit, obey, and follow leadership. It's only women that have the experience on them that makes it more difficult for you to stay in your place.
Okay, so you think that body count matters, and yes. I'm saying that body count matters until it doesn't. So who do you think would be more likely to get picked and married? Whoopi Goldberg with one body, or Kelly Rowland she's a reformed 304, but she found God? Who do you think will find a husband more faster?
Well, I'm going to go with the Whoopi Goldberg of one body, especially if it's plastered across the forehead. Like, you're talking about a situation where we know, I would say the one that would get wifed up more would be the Whoopi Goldberg with the one body.
And that's my point, though. Body count matters until it doesn't, because when you get in relationships or when you talk to people, you really don't know. You know what you hear from them, you see their personality, you see what you might like. But because society puts such a stigma on body count, you say, she's a great woman, but damn, she slept with 10. Are you going to now leave her to go be with a virgin who might not be more compatible with you? No. So why I brought up the Kelly Rowland and Whoopi Goldberg thing is because it's not plastered. One is deemed, and I don't find Whoopi ugly, but society does. She's deemed ugly, and Kelly Rowland is deemed beautiful. So the looks is what's going to get that so-called good girl who held herself overlooked versus a Kelly Rowland who changed, found God. She'd get married faster.
Okay, so you're talking about appearance.
What I'm saying is body count.
Are you talking about appearance? Because okay, so appearance is not body count. So that's what I'm saying. If we're basing it off body count and regardless of appearance, I'm not answering based off of looks because you said Whoopi and Kelly, but I didn't answer based off of looks. I kept it on body count. And the one with one body over the one that's a reformed hoe, to me, is the one that would get married first if it was plastered.
Right. And to you, they would, but in society,
because you're talking about
get overlooked. One is going to get overlooked, and one is going to get married faster. And the one that's going to get overlooked is the less attractive one, because really,
we're not talking about attraction. We're talking about body count. We're talking about body count.
Yes, and marriage and what people deem as valuable. So I brought this up to show you that it's talked about as this valuable thing, but it's not treated the same. There are things that are more important.
You have to go to looks to try to prove your point.
I didn't just go to looks. I went to somebody who's less respectful, somebody who's more respectful. You said yes, but 9 times out of 10, based on what you're saying, if a man finds a woman disrespectful, he's not going to marry her because she's a virgin. He's going to overlook her.
That's not true. You said he's not going to marry her if she's disrespectful.
If she's disrespectful, but a virgin, he's still going to walk away from her because she's disrespectful. Her virginity won't matter.
That's not necessarily true. And I think it depends on the level of disrespect that's occurring. If he can see some unruliness in her and she's a virgin, that might be a task that a man is willing to take on, especially since finding a virgin is such a rarity. So we have to talk about the levels of disrespect that are happening in this scenario. Because if she's just a little mouthy, a mouth can be tamed, especially with a virgin. It's the non-virgin girls that don't want to relax or go get a younger man in order to have control.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a living example that that's not true. And what I'm saying is,
you're a living example. Well, never mind. So I don't want to do personal.
No, she brought it up her personal life. It wasn't you. So if she wants to use it as example, she can do it because she brought it up.
Yeah. What do you mean a living example?
I was a virgin and I married the man that took my virginity. And I do not believe that that just because I'm a virgin, that makes me special or more special than a woman who wasn't. Just because I'm a virgin doesn't mean I'm a better candidate. What makes me a great candidate is a plethora of other things. And what I'm arguing is that there are virgins who would get overlooked for so many reasons where virginity and body count would not matter. So
but you're bringing up a scenario that didn't even happen. Why are you advocating for a behavior that you did not do? And I find it unfortunate that you don't understand that maintaining being a lady. Congratulations, by the way, and well done. I'll give you hand claps for marrying the person that took your virginity. But I think it's unfortunate and it's sad that you're trying to defend, I guess, the sisterhood of all women rather than standing in the fact that you carried yourself to a high esteem and got the outcome that you wanted. I think it's unfortunate that you're advocating for anything.
It's not unfortunate, and I'm going to prove it to you because I think I'm the only one on this panel that did this. So if your logic stands, then that also means that I'm better than you. I'm more valuable than you. You should be quiet. I'm on a moral standpoint. You're a whore. I'm not, Melanin. You should be walking around saying I'm unworthy and should not get marriage. I don't believe that. I believe that you if somebody finds value in you, are worthy of marriage just because of whatever they find in you, and not because you are not a virgin.
Yeah, so I mean, that's cute and all, but no, you would be considered more valuable because you did marry a virgin. And see,
Women,
the beauty about me is the fact that I know better. Women like you are the problem because even though you did it correctly, you want to advocate and stick up for those that did not. That's the problem. It's not about the adults that we should be worried about. It's about the youth. It's about the young women that's coming up behind us. So you should be advocating and shaming bad behavior like you just did. I think you were trying to be facetious or something like that. But all in all, you're still valid. You can't hurt me with the reality of things. You would be deemed more valuable. That's why I gave you your flowers. It's just that simple.
Melanin, what? I am not just better than you because I married the man who took my virginity. What I'm trying to say is you have value and should have self-respect.
No, but my value is not the, it doesn't mean no, because it doesn't mean I don't have self-respect. That's not what that means.
So if
there's no need to be advocating for the bad behavior. There's
I'm
no
not
need
advocating for bad behavior.
So I don't need a pep talk from you about my value and all. That's not what I need from you. I need for you to stop advocating for women that don't go about it the way that you did and trying to oh, it's okay, pat them on the back. No, that's not what we should be doing.
Yeah,
By your logic, Megan Thee Stallion is just as good as Michelle Obama.
Yeah, so I'm going to do what I want. And what I'm saying is that Megan Thee Stallion, if I believe that people can change, or somebody who's not a virgin who didn't do it so-called the wrong way, they practice safe sex, but everything didn't just work out. I'm not telling them that they are worthless because they didn't save their virginity. I think that's actually bad behavior because safe sex, there's nothing wrong with practicing safe sex.
Yes, it is.
What's wrong with practicing safe sex?
Because so you wouldn't have a problem. Just so we're clear, if you had a daughter that was of legal age, you wouldn't have a problem with her having a plethora of sexual partners as long as she was being safe about it. Yes or no?
If she's being intentional and practicing safe sex and her relationships don't work
or no? Yes or no? You're adding too much content.
Yes, I'd be okay with it.
This is why we need fathers. This is why we need fathers, because that's ridiculous that you would say it's okay for her to be misusing her body by just because she's being safe. It's okay for her to have multiple sexual partners. This is why most of the time I can't stand when women talk. You didn't do that. So why are you advocating for that? For what? Why are you advocating for women with already got bodies on them oh, you're still loved and you're still equal? No, we should bring back shame because this mindset are the mindsets of people having daughters. And this is why we have an uptick in teenage pregnancy because of this dumbass mindset.
So shame on you, Melanin. You don't deserve marriage. You don't deserve a husband. Shame on you. Shame on you, you whore. Shame on you. You don't deserve it.
If that makes you feel better because
it doesn't. And this is my point. It is disgusting behavior.
It's not disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It's called structure and it's called discipline.
No, it's not.
We should care. We should care about how women carry themselves. We should care.
Does life happen? Do people make mistakes? Do people get in relationships and things don't work out?
Just because the fact that you're calling it a mistake means that you should not be doing it. You said the fact that it's a mistake.
Melanin, so why did you do it?
I don't do what because you brought your.
Why did you marry the guy?
You brought your personal.
Why did you marry the guy who took your virginity?
I'm not answering that because
I don't do personal. I don't do personal.
Let's do a timeout right here, right? Because we agreed that we don't do personals. But I want to clarify something.
Sorry.
As Sage is not going back and forth. As Sage is using her logic against her and saying, if you believe in this is what we're talking about. Is all. She's not flip-flopping between one and the other. She's saying, I don't believe in these things, but if you believe it, just like you pointing out, I'm the example. I'm not contradicting myself because I'm pointing out how you didn't do it, and you still have value. It's not a contradiction. She's
Yeah,
just
but the
pointing out
value
that.
is not equal. That's the point. That's what I'm saying.
Sure,
She's
no, no,
trying
no,
to.
sure, Mel, sure. I'm just saying that she's not flip flopping or attacking you. She's actually giving you flowers by saying, I don't think that even though you didn't do the virgin thing, I still believe that you are valued. People are thinking that these personal shots is not personal shots. She believes on her
Oh, you're talking to
worldview.
the chat. Okay,
She's
sorry.
saying no. She's saying on her worldview, even if women had sex before and all that, they deserve a second chance and they have
Yeah.
value like the woman like her that actually didn't do it. So I don't
But it's
want
not.
this.
I understand that, but it's not equal value.
Sure,
And
you disagree
that's
with
my
that.
point. It's not equal value, and that's irritating because this is why nobody's finding value in staying a virgin until marriage anymore. Because what's the point? If the 304 is getting looked at equal to me, or the woman with bodies is getting looked at equal to me, why would I stay a virgin? Why should I matter? Why should I feel special? And that's the problem with the talking point. That's my only point.
Yes, and it's what I'm trying to say is body count and virginity is not just what makes you special. You are not sitting here and I'm
What
better
makes you
than
special?
you. And what I'm saying is that life happens, people go through life. So just because she might have more bodies than somebody doesn't mean that she's more that she's less valuable. I think women can make better choices in picking a better guy, can make better choices in protecting themselves. Men as well, because I think men should also, but not to go to men. What I'm saying is they do not get to now stay stuck in the past and not look forward to something positive in their future just because. And I think there's so many different things that you should be worrying about than, damn, I had sex with somebody I shouldn't have, and now I can't have a future just because of that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
So would a man rather marry a virgin or a woman with bodies?
Like I argued earlier.
Answer the direct question, please, because I'm getting kind of tired of like the monologue. Do a man wants to marry a woman that's a virgin or with bodies?
Yo, Frank, who's the crash out? But what I'm saying is,
okay, so we're not going to answer it.
I made an example earlier.
We're not going to answer it.
I'm answering you if you just.
So it's only the virgin or the bodies. It's very short.
Yes, a woman who's not a virgin can be more valuable than a woman that's a virgin. I said that
How?
already.
No, I said to a man. I said to a man, would a man rather marry a virgin or a woman with bodies?
Yeah, not every man wants a virgin.
Would a man, the majority, rather marry a virgin or
you
a
don't
woman
know
with
the
bodies?
majority? I don't know the majority.
Hypothetically speaking, which one do you choose?
Yeah, just because she's a virgin doesn't mean she's more valuable than somebody who's not a virgin.
All right, forget it.
Can we go to the last topic, please?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Last topic. Or give me just a second just to make sure. Yes, let me read this real quick. Okay, it's the last topic. We're opening the panel in 38 minutes. If you want to join the panel and you have smoke, okay, this is not a park the car panel. If you have smoke for any of the challengers, the ladies, please go ahead and click the link as soon as I drop it in the chat. Night Slayer says, great show. Thank you very much, Night. I appreciate that. We have Become Back says, question for Sage, if body count doesn't matter, why is it important to you that your husband not do it with another woman? Okay, already this is a question for the last 30 minutes, so we're going to leave it at that. And Jokabad says, can we activate the Shadow Realm or not a thing? We don't do the Shadow Realm anymore, but we always appreciate the red $100 super chat, even though it doesn't lead to mass. So if anybody wants to feel generous, y'all can send me y'all money. I am going to get a nice burger after this show, okay? Please support the ladies. I already told y'all. Support the ladies. Let's give him some lunch. We're going to acknowledge the cash apps and super chats. Is rolling in the bottom and is pinned in the bottom of the chat too. Make sure that you cash app them. Either you like him or not. They're giving us a tremendous show. So we're going to go with that, okay? Remember, 38 minutes. This is the last question. And on the 15-minute mark, we start to answering questions from the chat and my questions because I have a bunch of them. Okay. Feminism wasn't bad for woman. Feminism wasn't bad for woman. It's time to do.
It's time to do.
Kek was the last person that started
Me,
that
but I
answer.
want to start it again.
Oh shit! Oh,
It's time to do.
Go ahead, Mel.
Okay.
Feminism wasn't bad for women. Explain yourself why you disagree.
Feminism was definitely bad for women. I think the discussion today proves it. Feminism thinks that a man is not meant for protection. Feminism thinks that a woman with bodies is just as important as a virgin. Feminism thinks that by the natural design of things, women should be able to do whatever they want to do, anything that a man does, and have no sort of consequences about any of it. So to me, the debate today showed that feminism is a problem.
Okay.
Sage?
Yeah. Feminism was not bad for women, especially when it started, because it shed light on the truth about traditional marriage. It shed light on the dangers that being fully submissive and being yielding and taking over and taking part to another human being can do. And women felt the need, because that's where it came from, an emotional tie. They felt the need to fight to protect their rights, to fight to get a voice, to fight to hold the men and hold the system accountable for what they were feeling oppressed by.
Mel?
So name me one benefit. You just said a lot, but name exactly one benefit of feminism.
Okay, so for example, this court case went to the Supreme Court, and it was basically saying that men are no longer allowed to rape their wives. So when a woman grape their wives. When a woman is single, she has these protections and rights, but because she got into a marriage, she was looked at as owned and property. So the law had to see that just because she's married doesn't mean she doesn't need consistent consent. There's one.
Okay, well, the fact that you're under a man, the fact that a man marries you and you're under his leadership and protection, you shouldn't be allowed to tell him no in regards to sex. Unless it's like a menstrual or some sort of medical, you're hurt or something like that, you should not be allowed to tell him no. So you still haven't proven to me that feminism was a good thing in that situation. Because you as a wife, you shouldn't be telling your husband no. That's the whole reason why he married you. I think you're overvaluing what a woman is to a man. Like, what do you cook, you clean, you cater to me, you teach my children, and you give me intimacy. I don't think you understand how important intimacy is for a man. And that's why you think you should be able to tell him no, even though he married you.
Yeah, so wow. You did say earlier that, what do you think? Submission means a woman can't tell her husband yes or no in sex. You said that. One of my soldiers, I need y'all to clip that. But now you're saying that a woman should not be able to say no. And that's exactly the problem. Because what's happening.
How is your husband raping you? How is your husband raping you?
When you say, no, I don't want this, and he does it anyway.
Why don't you want it?
There are many reasons. And
name one.
Here's a good one. Here's a great reason. Just because I don't want to.
That's not good. That's not good.
I don't
that's
feel
feminism.
Like it. You know why? Because sex requires yeses. Sex requires a yes from her and a yes from him.
Man, keep a
Just
sister wife.
because,
Keep a sister
just,
wife. Keep a sister wife.
yeah, whether
Yeah.
you want polygyny or not,
No,
sex still
keep polygyny because your wife wants
whether
to tell you no.
whether you want it or not, you still require a yes. A yes is not to be bypassed, right? It's not to say, oh, you won't say yes, so I'm gonna go get it from over here because you won't say yes. Say
Yes,
she's
it does.
tired.
You know how many times?
Hold on, wait, I didn't land.
Okay, but you're monologuing and it's getting. Come on now.
Finish your point, SH, and then Mel can respond. Go ahead.
Yeah, so a lot of the times, here's one example that actually happens a lot. Women just give birth, and he's like, well, damn, it's time. Like, I haven't got it in such and such a time. And they have sex past what she wants. A woman should be able to say no if she doesn't have the desire, doesn't feel the desire. I don't know what man would want to just have sex with their woman or somebody who doesn't equally desire them back in that moment. Just because I'm losing my
Even
point.
in a situation where you had a child, your mouth is fully functional. Your hands are fully functional. His shaft in between your cleavage fully functional. So there's no reason why just because you had a baby, he's going unsatisfied. Like I said, fellas, if your wife wants to keep telling you no, this is why I'm an advocate for a sister wife. Do you know how many times a man should release within a month to avoid or lessen the chances of prostate cancer?
I heard your
because you're a wife. So what's the number?
21.
Oh, you heard that from me, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Glad to be able to teach you something today. But
that still doesn't mean he needs multiple women.
Okay, so then you shouldn't be telling him no.
And that is also a protection that could happen. Like if you do this more often, then maybe you won't have prostate cancer. That's a scientifical maybe. It's not a definite. That's not the, you know what helps stop having prostate cancer better than nutting?
What?
A healthy diet, exercising, getting
you have an article. You have the article for this?
Getting your checkups.
You have an article for this?
MELANIN. If you don't know that is common sense.
I researched it. That's not, we're not doing the common sense. Do you have an article for this? Because I'd love to read it.
Do you have an article? Did you bring your article?
Yeah, no, but I researched what I said.
No.
And you repeated what I said with no problem. So why are you questioning what I said? You repeated it.
I hear you say that all the time. Like this is the
only
way.
Did you go research that it wasn't a fact?
Prostate cancer.
Did you go research? Did you go research?
Got me there.
Did you go research that wasn't a fact?
Yeah. Anyway, there are so many ways
he can prevent
There's so many ways he can prevent prostate cancer. That does not mean he needs multiple women.
Did you research it? You're saying there's so many ways. Did you research what you said as far as working out and eating better?
Yes, MELANIN.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Because that's not what I found.
So can we go back to the feminism wasn't bad for women? Okay. Don't worry about it. We are a family oriented show. SH, we have a lot of babies around all the time. MELANIN.
Yes.
Is there any positives when it comes to feminism? Because you said feminism wasn't bad for women. I would say it's like a overall opinion. Do you see any positives on feminism when it comes to women?
As a majority, I would have to say no. The only way I would be able to say yes is if the feminists didn't still want the protections and the pleasures of a man, like the finances, him still paying majority of the bills, him still having to be the leader in her life, even though she wants to be equal. But since women don't behave like that, since you don't want to just be a feminist and be the boss bitch at work and stay single, and instead of trying to put a man through your mindset, no, I can't advocate for feminism being something good unless there's something specific someone can name.
What about you, SH? Anything negative about feminism when it comes to women?
Anything negative about feminism?
Yes, since you are on the opposing end, anything like any negative repercussions of women adopting feminism in mass?
No, I support it, and I support free will, because what's happening is that women have freedom, and whether you like it or not, bad choices come with that, good choices come with that. Men are free, they got good choices and bad choices. So just because women seem to be talked about negatively because of feminism doesn't mean that women should no longer have rights. I believe that it should have been advocated for, because you should not own anybody. Slavery's over, and no other human being should be owned just because I'm a woman.
What does slavery have to do with woman respecting men? What does slavery have to do with it? You talking about slavery was over? That has nothing to do with this conversation.
Well, the reason I said slavery is over was just for the gist of ownership. We don't need to own any human being for what you just brought up, which is what did you say? Respect?
I'm not sure which part you were referencing to. You just said the word respect, so I can't.
No, when you cut me off, you said the word respect, I think. Yeah. If you said respect, I don't remember. But if you said that, right, ownership of another human being, them not being able to tell you no, them losing their voice is wrong. Every human being born, whether male or female, have these three natural born rights: the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And just because we're married, not just because we're married means that I need to lose my rights, my freedoms, my voice.
You don't have to. Don't get married. Don't get married.
I'm married.
No, I'm not. Stop personalizing general conversation. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking through you. If you want all these rights and you want to be able to say no and you want to do what you want to do, don't get married. You're disrespecting a man by wanting to be a wife, have him be your leader, but then you want to do whatever you want. But this is the majority of women, because you guys don't have any respect for men. And sometimes I question if you had a strong male figure to look up to, because I literally am mind blown as to why this is such a big, why is this such a big deal? I don't get it. Like, somebody did not make a woman feel special enough growing up to want to bask in her femininity. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep circling back to my point. That is, it's completely unnecessary for submission or for you to dominate another human being, for you guys to have respect for each other. It's completely unnecessary. So I would not tell women, just don't get married. That's silly, because they can have a healthy marriage without domination.
No, I will not advocate for that. If you don't want to be dominated, if you do not want to submit, if you do not want to be directed, if you do not want to yield, you can stay single. Because you're gonna cause, if you have a real man, he's not tolerating that. But I know some of us likes putting a man under our foot, and there's some men that enjoy it. Not my type of man, and I don't feel like that's the majority of men. So stay single.
Yeah, y'all don't gotta stay single. SH got y'all.
SH doesn't have anybody. SH is a wife. So
Friend. We have 24 minutes. I have a couple of questions. Y'all can send $10 and up with questions. One question per comment, okay, friends? One question for comments. The ladies did great. We have 24 more minutes to get them some hamburgers and some pizza. So make sure you support their cash apps.
Can I shout out my cash app? Sorry.
I'll make sure, as a most professional person in this space, to allow y'all, when the clock is done, to y'all to say, thank you very much, such and such, for these $10 and $1,000, to make sure. But at this point, support their cash apps, please.
I would like to buy the burger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
I would like to buy a burger.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
The burger.
Y'all are doing great, and I'm going to ruin everything for y'all right now. Okay, 24 minutes once again. If y'all want to challenge them, we have 1 hour, friends. If y'all are not being concise and y'all pull up and you say the good woman make statements and all that, you out. I need challengers. If you heard something that Mel didn't like or sh, write it down so y'all can pull up and challenge them. If there's not a challenge, don't click on the link, okay? Ladies first, tomorrow, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Will Canali for the 12,000 subscribers. I just reached 20,000 subscribers. Untouchable Empire going up. We appreciate y'all, friends. Thank you very much for the support.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. Get fistmen a shield.
And now let's start with the questions we have. When it pertains to woman, woman protection is not inferior to man. Question for SH from Eric. He asks, SH, if you had to call the cops, would you call a female cop or a male cop?
I would call a cop.
That was
Period.
not the question. If you had the chance, just like we have the opportunity to order female Ubers now in 2026, if you had the chance to order, not to order, to call a female cop or a male cop on a situation of danger, which one would you prefer? Option A, man. Option B, woman.
I'll answer this silly question and just to tickle you, female cop.
Okay, she will call the female cop.
Like, that's stupid. But go ahead.
Are you being facetious or you actually mean what you say? Just make sure.
I'm being facetious because whoever's capable are going to come to do the job. I don't care if there's a man or a woman.
But if you're being facetious, you are going to lose points because you can't, on the debate, just answer willy-nilly, right?
I thought there was no winner or loser.
No. If one of the rules of debate is you have to engage. If they ask a question to Melanin, I'm not going to let her run away from the question. I'll say, yeah, Melanin,
okay.
That was not the question. So can we do that? Like 51% of probabilities. Which one would you rather have? Dangerous situation, you need a cop. Male cop or female cop?
Okay, I'm going to say female.
Yeah, I tried. Be calm. Question for a sage: if body count doesn't matter, why is it important to you that your husband not to do it with another woman?
What? Because we're monogamous.
The question was answered.
Adios mio.
Personal questions while they don't pull more questions, okay? Mel.
Yes.
Should weaker men submit to stronger ones because they know they will get their ass beat since they're equal? Let me repeat it again. Yeah. Should weaker men submit to stronger ones because they know they will get their ass beat since they are equal? This comes to the first part of the show where you were saying that women should submit because they are.
You said that a weaker man submit to a stronger man or a stronger woman?
Stronger man.
That's a good question. I would have to say no. Because that journey is self-development. So no, I would say no.
So a weaker man shouldn't submit to a stronger man. SH, if a woman being submissive increases the chance of you getting your ass beat, are you saying that if woman is not submissive, that means that there's more probabilities that that man is going to get it?
Please, one more time. I'm confused.
If woman being submissive increases the chance of that woman get their ass whooped, this was SH statement.
Yeah.
Are you implying that women that are not submissive have more probability of beating their man's ass?
No, that wasn't what I was saying.
So a woman being submissive will make her more probable to get their ass whooped, but a woman not being submissive doesn't increase the chance of that woman whooping the man's ass.
Oh, does it increase her chances? Well, the submission is not what does that. It's the learning how to protect yourself that does that.
You're not answering the question though.
No. I'm saying he asked me, did I say that? And I'm saying that's not what I said.
No, you said this. A woman being submissive, right, is going to increase the chances of a man putting the hands on a woman. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a fair statement. So are you saying that the women that are not submissive have more chances to put their hands on their men since they are not submissive? And I know you have a baby over there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Take your time. Take your time. It's totally fine.
Yeah, does she have more chances to whip his ass?
Since she's not submissive.
Yeah, I'm still going to say no to that because that's not what I'm saying. So the answer is no.
Okay. We are going through that. And once again, friends, panel opens in 17 minutes. I still have more questions. We have 17 minutes. If you have a question, please send a $10 super chat. Melanin, question for you on the protection side. If both people know how to protect themselves, who has the... Actually, this is for SH. Let me go to Mel for a second. Mel, are women submissive? Should women be submissive to random men? In society, on the gym, on the road, on the whatever, should woman be submissive to a random man?
Yes, but there's levels to it. What I would call submissive to randomness out in the world is carrying yourself ladylike, saying thank you, no thank you. Oh, I appreciate the compliment. I'm not interested, but thank you for calling me pretty, stuff like that. It's just the way you carry yourself, not like, ugh, like get the fuck away from me and why are you talking to me? And so I would have to say yes.
SH, is submission a choice? Or
yes.
The removal, is submission a choice or the removal of choice?
It's the choice to remove your choices.
Do you still have a choice to take the submission back?
Yeah, you can take it back. Yeah.
Sure. And since you were answering these, who has superior protection, a younger brother or an older sister?
Older sister.
This is for y'all. You too, Melanin. Who has a superior protection, a younger brother or an older sister? Let's get 8 years apart. Who has a superior protection, the older sister or the younger brother?
Older sister for me.
What about you, Mel?
How young are these? How young?
Let's go with 12. Let's go with 13 and 20, which is puberty. Let's go. I'll give you more. I'll give you 16 and 22. 16-year-old man and a 24-year-old woman.
Who has the superior protection?
Yes, the 24-year-old woman or the 16-year-old man. They're
The
both brothers and sisters.
responsibility for it. I was the 16-year-old. I would have to say him at 16.
At 16, you'll pick him. What about you, SH? 16-year-old
Yeah,
man?
I'd say the woman. She got more life experience.
Okay. Say Sage, if both people know how to protect themselves, who has the superior protection, man or woman? If both people, man and woman, were raised to protect themselves and they know how to defend themselves, who has the better protection, superior protection, man or woman?
Nobody. You said man or woman who has superior protection? I have to answer.
If you train two, this is two people, they are twins, a male and a female, and they were raised in an household where they learn how to shoot guns, karate, all the self-protection, mentally, physically, and all that. Who ends up being a superior protection? That man, or that woman, that brother?
You said mentally, physically, and everything.
All around, yes.
Okay, all around, because of physical strength, the man would. All around.
Thank you very much. I'll keep paying attention to the chat, friends. I'll read the $10 and up as soon as we get out of here. And question for Melanin: does looks and behavior overpowers the body count if the woman looks and behaves the part? This is about the body count and virginity.
Unfortunately, yes, it does. I wish it didn't, but yes, it does. But that's in a man's nature. Men are naturally attracted to pretty things.
So if a woman develops behavior and looks that are uh, uh, above average, you think that surpasses whatever she did in the past with her body?
Me?
Yeah, you
no.
personally. Yes.
No.
No. Not you, your opinion, but you
in
looking
society.
You're looking at society. Yes.
Yes. The one, regardless of the woman's past, her beauty exceeds her past. Yes. That's what you're asking me, right?
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I see your question, relationship rehab. I have one question for SH. Okay. If body count doesn't matter, SH, why do women hide theirs all the time?
Because society shames them for it.
So if body count doesn't matter, they lie because society shames. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Mel, answer these without fucking TOS, please, on YouTube. Please, Mel, be careful.
Now what?
Be careful. It's a dangerous question. Be careful. Okay. Man, Mel, no means no. What's the problem with this statement? No means no.
Wives,
what's the problem with this statement?
A wife shouldn't be saying no.
Does no means no?
In general, this isn't just general.
In general.
Shit.
You know what? This is a question where I'm not going to allow you to answer. Okay. The pause indicated exactly what I needed to know. Thank you very much for not answering that. I'm protecting two future YouTubers' destiny with this intervention, friends. So let's leave it at that. Last question from me. Okay. SH. When woman, I have two. Sorry. No, I have one. SH, when a woman don't want to have sex with a man, what should she do to satisfy him?
What should she do to satisfy him?
Yes, if a woman doesn't want to have sex with a man, what should she do to satisfy him?
In a moment where she's open, she could do other things like, can I be explicit?
Yes.
If she wants to, use her hand. If she wants, there's other options if she wants to, but the key is she has to want to.
Okay, so use the other parts of her body. Reading the super chats real quick because I think there's a couple of questions. Eric, he comes back. He's a sponsor of the show right now. He says, just so you know, female police officers get beat up more. Okay, that's what he's saying right now over here. I'm going to put these next to the rest. Thank you very much, Eric, for being the sponsor of the show for now. I appreciate it. We have more 9 minutes. So let me go to the questions from the chat. We have 9 minutes. I'm going to drop the link. Only click in it if you have smoke. If you come here to cry, just cry on whatever you are doing around, not on the panel, okay? Not on the panel. We have 1 hour. Let's make it count. Let's challenge the ladies. They did awesome. We're going to do a pause to read the cash apps that they got and the super chats, okay? Let me see here. We have the relationship rehab. It says, if SH supports freedom, like she said, if a man has to pay child support for a child that he doesn't want or pay for a woman's lifestyle when he divorces her, Where is the freedom in that?
That's a question for me.
Yes.
Where's
If
the
it's
freedom in that?
yes, a man being have to take care of his child or like alimony, child support. Like, is that what is the freedom in that?
Yeah, if he has to pay child support for a child that he created, the law is making him responsible for his responsibilities. If he doesn't want to pay for a woman's lifestyle when he divorces her, where's the freedom in that? So when you create a family, even after the family breaks up, the law is not just going to throw her to the wood. She's going to be protected or have some type of transition plan. So that's where that comes from. He doesn't have to support her complete, like, go out vacations, and he has the free will for that. But when the law comes in, that's a different conversation.
Are you in favor of those laws, or if you are the president, queen, empress of the world, would you take those laws?
I am in favor of these laws.
Thank you very much, relationships. I appreciate you, sir. Mr. DJ Fly High says, if body count shouldn't matter, why should the man bank account matter to the woman? I think this is for...
That's for me.
Yes.
Why should the bank accounts matter to a woman? I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. If body count doesn't matter, why should a man's bank account matter? They're not even...
Does it matter?
I want to answer him properly. You know what I mean?
Let me reshape that. Does the body count, does the bank account matters for the woman?
Do women think they care about a man's bank account?
Yes.
Women do say they care about a man's bank account.
No, do they really care? I'm not saying if they say they care. Do women care about man's bank account?
Yeah, they do, and there's reasons behind it.
Should they care about men's bank account?
To a certain degree, I'm gonna say yes.
So should the man care about woman body count to a certain degree?
That's on him. I'm not taking away preference. The conversation was about value.
Yes. And woman value money, man value X. If woman should value the man money in a certain degree, should men value woman body count and sexual habits to a degree?
So I'm going to say no, because one is a human body and the other one is something tangible. When we're talking about somebody's person, I don't think that you should walk around with a statement or telling them what they should or can't or shouldn't have or should be. That's a unfair value. They're not even equal.
Okay. Be calm. Cite SH. Why is monogamy, which is basically the act of limiting your partner, intimate options, bodies, important to your relationship?
Because it's about having self-respect for your own body, him having self-respect, and me having respect and not betraying one another. Melanin likes to say men can't cheat, but I think betrayal and cheating exist. I think that discipline is important, and it's a value that I have.
I have two follow-up questions for you, and then we are going to open the show to the challengers. If there's no challengers, we read the super chats, cash apps, and close it out. Does a man that has 300 bodies show that he doesn't respect his body?
Yeah, it could be in that vein.
If you had to give me an opinion, it says the man comes in and says, my body count is 300. Do you think that man respects his body?
No.
Switch it. A woman comes in and says, I have 300 bodies. Does that woman respect her body?
No, but a woman who practices safe sex versus a virgin, say 10 bodies versus a virgin, those people are not just better or worse just because of their body counts.
Okay,
if we're talking, go there.
So if a woman,
why was there a but?
If woman had 300 bodies with a condom, does she respect her body? Message?
To stay consistent, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a form of respect.
So you would disqualify a man if he had 300 bodies.
This is crazy.
No. I'm gonna say, she said it. You said if she uses a condom. If he uses a condom,
Sure.
he's in the same boat.
Sure. So would you disqualify a man if he had 300 bodies?
Would I disqualify a man?
Yes. Let's assume there's your daughter, your sister come to you and say, I have this guy. I love him. He looks good on paper, but he has 300 bodies. Would you disqualify him and say he's not worthy of your daughter because he doesn't respect his body?
Yeah, I see what you did there. This doesn't really align with my views, but I have to say no to be in structure with you, Fatty.
Okay, so I accept the question. I don't want to pursue. Melanin, does a woman that has 300 bodies respect her body?
No.
Does a man that has 300 bodies respect his body?
Yes.
Why?
Because men and women are not equal. A man could go out and get a woman pregnant every day if he wants to. You get pregnant, you're down for 9 months. So we're not equals. A man could go out, run around in the street naked. He's still going to be a man tomorrow. If a woman does that, you're going to be a whore.
Can I challenge her on this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you believe that it's not irresponsible for a man to sleep around?
I don't think it's my place as a woman to police a man's body. My place is to police women.
Okay, your place is to police women. Now, The reason why I'm bringing this up and asking you that is because if men are meant to be desirous of multiple women, right? And say you're married to him and he wants other women and he's supposed to be your protector, wouldn't it be irresponsible now to go out there making babies and sharing what's supposed to be your resources? Wouldn't that?
Oh, because these are his resources. He is the head, he is the provider. So if he has the financial means to have children with me and other women, who am I to tell him that he cannot?
Okay, so we're talking about a man going around and sleeping around and because he chooses to, right? So he's making babies. He's out making babies and now he's making other families. The more babies he makes, the more food and the more resources he has to spread around. Is that irresponsible or responsible?
It's responsible if he can financially provide.
Okay, so you're fine now if he could financially provide, but now that it's shared amongst 10 women, you are okay with no longer eating steak, but going to a can of sardines.
Who said that you're not listening. You're trying to make your point be right. I just said, if he has the financial means to do so, who am I to tell him that he can't? That's it. That's the end.
Okay.
Any more questions? I want y'all to do final thoughts of the show, okay? And then we're going to flip it for the moderation. I want to see who are the people that are actually willing to challenge the ladies. Let me put myself over here. Yes, I'm small now, friends. And be prepared, ladies, for the cash apps, okay? Be prepared for the cash apps. We are going to have to acknowledge everybody that makes sure to send some love for the dinner money. Eric, it says, have a burger, only fatty. Love you, bro. I got one. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for being the sponsor of the show right now with $60. I will physically go out and get an hamburger because I am going to try to get some ass. Friends, SH and Melanin, please shout out the cash apps you got. If you got government names, only say one name, please. Don't say the whole name. I would appreciate that. Go ahead. SH and then Melanin, please.
Okay, shout out Eric. I think it's the same guy. He gave me $15. I really appreciate that. And
Cha-ching!
The Genius CEO, Thomas, for his $5 cash app.
Cha-ching!
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, CEO. Thank you, Bright. Thank you, Eric. And thank you, DJ.
Cha-ching!
We need to get this a little bit more leveled, so eat Cash App with more $20 so we can get her a little bit of a lunch tomorrow. She's going to do a brunch. Okay. Ladies, y'all did great. I tried to not be overbearing in the end, so forgive me if I just wanted to see where your ad is. Y'all did awesome. So let me read this and let me see if there's some challenges. If there's no some challenges, we close it out and we about to go. Okay.
Well done, SH. You gave me a challenge. This has been my funnest debate this far, so well done.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to you.
Y'all did pretty good. The message did pretty well for our first debate. She came
Yes, she
prepared.
did.
Okay, so thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. King Slim, SH keeps skating questions. Love y'all, Meltdown. Let's skate. We have Chris saying salute Mel. We have Chris saying Mel with the major W. Chris comes back and says SH stayed in that one classroom in high school. We have Waffles and he says and that female cop gonna get their ass whooped at the same time. The mess is literally a video of 4 female officers getting beat by one man. Thank you very much, friends. We have Tilji saying there is a video out of 2 woman officers trying to detain a man in prison. Look it up and see how that played out. Shaking my head. We have Waffles in the building. Says, I know this is random, but Melanin, your mom. Oh man, what the hell? Come on, Waffles. Relax.
Thank you.
Relax, Waffles. Appreciate the support, sir. Construct Titan, much love to all the untouchables. Keep
Got untouchable empire, baby.
TLG, being promiscuous is a way more detrimental to women than man. And we are done with the Cash Apps and the PayPals. Friends, final thoughts from Melanin SH since nobody has smoke for them. I don't like when y'all be sniping at each other. There's 500 something people. Y'all be talking crazy from the chat. And
especially Jazz.
Oh, shit. Damn, Jazz.
Get him back. You better go down there and get him back.
Wait,
yeah, it's always interesting to me that the women want to be comment gangsters on a woman's debate. Come up here and say something.
Oh, you said shout out to Jazz. That's what you said.
Shout out, Jazz.
Oh man,
look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
And friends, I be accepting debates too soon. I'm just trying to run this operation. Next week we're going to have Mr. Ilkan Ali versus Napa Sada on Saturday. Okay, if you want smoke, just let me know. I don't think y'all are you have the ability, so I have like one hater that is going to have a show with me during the week because he's going to talk to me about my lack of experience. So we're going to go with that. But once again, I appreciate y'all. I truly do, and we'll see how it goes. Tomorrow we have ladies first. Your boy Fatty already reached the let me see if I can find this. He reached the 20,000. I got the email from YouTube, the 20,000 subscribers. So I appreciate y'all, friends.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Well done. You worked very hard. Good job.
The pre-recorded videos coming soon, so we can actually start talking with Alban Preach. Other than that, friends, I'm going to send you to Mr. J Wheels if he has the redirect activated. I'm very surprised there's no smoke. Oh man, yeah. Hey, we need, like when we say that men are these and women are that, we need to. There's no way Melanin and SJ have more balls than y'all, friends. There's no way in hell. Kelchi, Ali needs to debate Tez exclusives. Already whooped Tez exclusive ass. There's no need for Ali to get into that mess. Bless you. So, friends, there's no challengers. Mr. J Wheels and Tony and all the folks, they are going to do some gaming. Go ahead and make sure you support them. Mel, I appreciate you. SH, I appreciate you. I did a great job. And I see you on these YouTube streets.
Real quick, thank you to my chat. Appreciate all the super chats. Thanks for the support.
SH, any, do you want to say hello to
Yeah,
anybody?
shout out to my soldiers in the chat. New York, we in the building. Mommy, I see you.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
Damn, a
Let's
lot of
do
money
it.
talk.
That's how we do it. Don't let a New Yorker believe in herself. You hear me?
A lot of money, a lot of New York talk and mommy talk. So, James, Smell the Roses and Melanin versus Jazz and SH will be dope. I don't think Jazz is a debater. She's more of a brawler, and I don't. Let her throw her at in the ring, okay, friends. I appreciate y'all. Every single one is going to be redacted to J Wheels. I'm going to leave the link in the chat for the people that want to jump immediately. But I'm going to play my song, and I'm going to get my hamburger. Team Fatty, Mel, SH, and the Untouchable Empire signing out. Peace.
Choose your fighter. Look. Clock strikes 5 p.m. Step into the arena. Untouchable empire. Yeah, we bring in the demeanor. Fatty in the center. Orchestrating the fate. Welcome to Outworld. Welcome to the debate. Saturday SmackDown. Step in the ring. Watch the fire we pull. Watch the venom we bring. Saturday SmackDown. Heavy the crowd. When the baseline hits, we tearing it down. Untouchables run it, you know the design. 5 p.m. sharp, yeah, we crossing the line. Fire. Fatty on the throne, letting the dogs loose. Put them in a chokehold, tightening the noose. SH steps in, the Malina of the set. Tucker 10 teeth, better biggest threat. You met twin stays to your throat. Vicious and wild, spitting lethal bars. The untouchable child. Point blank range, never missing a shot. Turning up the temperature, the arena is hot. Blood on the mic, she going for the kill. SH carving up the track with the orchestral drill. Saturday SmackDown. Step in the ring. Watch the fire we pull. Watch the venom we bring. Saturday SmackDown. Heavy the crown. When the baseline hits, we tearing it down. Untouchables run it, you know the design. 5 p.m. sharp, yeah, we crossing the line. But look at the view, the challenger is through. Melanin legacy stepping up too. Princess Katana, the Edeni in the air. Still fans slicing through the heavy cold air. Calculated strikes, graceful but deadly. Blowing away the competition in the medley. Deep rooted power, bringing the weight. Two lethal forces deciding the fate. SH versus Melanin legacy, clash of the titans. Every single word is a spark that ignites them. Oh, peace treaties, we burn in the bridge. Fatty holds the scale, standing right on the ridge. Finish her. The crowd screaming for the end. In the untouchable empire, there is no play and pretend. Saturday SmackDown. Saturday SmackDown. Step in the ring. Watch the fire we pull. Watch the venom we bring. Saturday SmackDown. Heavy the crown. When the baseline hits, we tearing it down. Untouchables run it, you know the design. 5 p.m. sharp, here we crossing the line. Flawless victory. 5 p.m. Saturday SmackDown. Fatty holds the mic. Untouchables. Fatality.
All the comments would be fatty McFat, fat, fatty, 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 fat, fat. Oh, look how fat he is, right? Look at that fatty. You know, haha, big fun, stupid fatty. I bet he can't go up the stairs. And
Ha 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 ha!